Alright, welcome back to another episode of Noob to Pro. That's basically what I'm calling this sort of beginner series where I started a brand new account on Magic the Gathering Arena, and the goal is to grind up this account from basically zero cards up to a competitive level where we can compete on either ranked or potentially some of the like league qualifier modes, like that would be an ideal goal, future goal for the for this channel and for me personally, for this series, to really show what we can accomplish starting from scratch, starting from the beginning. And it's all about practicing, all about learning the game, and building up yourself to a level where you can play competitively, and as long as you got the skills, you can compete with some of the best people out here in the world. And over time, with the growth of this particular series, we may look at not only just deck building, some of my own ideas, but potentially some net decking type of stuff. I generally never like to take an exact copy of someone else's deck that you find online. A lot of times I may take the concept of their deck and then make a bunch of different tweaks and edits of my own, so just to kind of make it a little unique for myself. So we may explore some of those things because, being able to compete with thousands of players out there, you need to be able to understand like the current metas and what sort of strategies people are playing, and a lot of times the best way to learn how to beat someone else's deck is to be able to play it yourself and understand it yourself. If you can master other decks that are in the format, in the meta, there's a good chance that you can build a competitive like counter to what majority of players are playing. So, but we got a long way to get there, but that ultimately is the end goal and the direction of this particular series. So, but we're taking baby steps because we're still very much in our infancy stage where we're literally just starting out. So last episode I completed the beginning tutorial that shows you sort of like just the general mechanics of how to play cards and how to generally interact with different sort of basic mechanics that your opponents could play or do. So the very next thing that they want us to do is the Sparky's Challenge. So Sparky Challenge wants you to play basically like another tutorial game. And in doing so, we get a reward for doing that challenge, which it looks like they give us some card sleeves and potentially an actual, deck of cards that we can play with. Real quick, I'll go to my profile.
This is where you can find your current rank in Spark Rank.
So,
as you play, you'll level up through the 4 tiers. I wonder what happens when you complete tier 1.
Okay, so there's tiers to this challenge that they want us to do. Right now we're in Spark tier 4. Okay, so I don't recall doing this before. Really kind of seems familiar because this account here would be my 5th account that I've created. I've created 4 other accounts already and have kind of grinded and played those from the beginning, but those were quite a while ago that I started them. So this one's this one's new for me. The other thing too, so our avatar, the default avatar is this Ajani avatar. I'm gonna see if I can change it right away. I can. Okay, I'm just gonna look at what looks good. Okay, so a lot of this stuff is locked. I can't play with any of this other stuff down here, it looks like. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna go with this one.
Start screaming, I know I'm on track.
I think I'm gonna go with Chandra. So on my other accounts, I have Jace is one of my avatars for one account.
Every clue I find is
My main account, the
more
X-Bones
sinister
account,
than
it's
the last.
Kaido is my avatar that I chose. The last account that I
Let's tear
made,
this place
uh,
apart.
Vivian is my avatar. But I have another account where I have Teferi as my avatar. So,
I am proud to fight by your
but yeah, so I'm gonna choose Chandra as my avatar for this one. And then card sleeve wise, okay, pretty much everything's locked. But we'll go with the default for now. I'm gonna have to pause this briefly. I'll probably have to make a little edit and put the next section here together in just a second. So pause it for a minute. All right, I'm back. All right, so the little interruption, you know, for you should have been an instant. So hopefully I don't get much more interruptions here. But yeah, so just quickly wanted to look at the profile and what sort of options are available. The only card sleeves outside of the default one is this one here, but I'm not a fan of it, so I'm not gonna pick it. Companions, so got no companions, so not really nothing to customize the account with. The emotes, you start off with just the default emotes. So, and then titles. Oh, no title. Yeah, all this is locked, but I think these are all earnable, unlockable through challenges, but that'll probably come later. So the other thing I want to do just before I do the Sparkies challenge, even though I'm not gonna open these now, I do want to go ahead and collect these. So in the inbox, when you start out, they give you a bunch of free packs. There may be more that we could collect through codes, but for now I'll just collect what's available in here. So these are alchemy card packs there. What is this? Wilds of Eldraine. Okay, Wilds of Eldraine packs, along with like the land art that comes with Wilds of Eldraine. This looks like Phyrexian. Yep, these are the alchemy version of the Phyrexian packs. Thunder Junction. So if you don't know what these are, basically the actual card game of Magic, you typically will collect cards with packs, unless you get sort of a set that has like a deck of cards all included. So in the digital form, they've sort of translated the real life to the digital and give you basically digital packs. So it's a way of collecting brand new cards. There's other ways to get cards in this game mode, but we'll go over that much later. So that was the Outlaws of Thunder Junction. What is this? Okay, so Foundations. Foundations is another set in Magic. Has a lot of really good cards, to be honest. Look like Bloom Barrel. Collect the Bloom Barrel packs. Ixalan. These are the Alchemy Ixalan. Alchemy Duskmourn. Okay. This is the standard Ixalan. Got those packs. They actually got Lord of the Rings here on here too, so it's nice to see that that's still available for free packs. So each one of these are giving us 3 free packs. So every time they release a set, they will give us 3 free packs for every brand new release. So these are the Alchemy Eldraine. Murders at Karlov Manor. That's pretty cool. This looks like the Aether Drift. That's pretty nice. Pioneers Masters. Ooh. Pioneers Masters has some pretty good cards, some pretty strong cards. There's one card in particular that I really want, and it's actually pictured right there on the pack for Pioneers Masters. I think that's an Elspeth card. She's a Planeswalker card, which is pretty interesting, but a really strong one in my opinion. So, Modern Horizons 3. Okay, another really good set too. Modern Horizons has some pretty good cards featured in this set. Alright, a lot of these packs here. Alchemy, Bloom Barrel. I mean, honestly, if you just opening all of these packs is gonna give you like a ton of cards to start out playing the game. There's a March of the Machines. Cool. Cons of Tarkir. Another set that I like. Pretty good cards, I think, included. Not sure what that thing is pictured in this little picture here. That's a weird looking creature. Shadows of the Innistrad. Okay, so another Innistrad. Well, I shouldn't say another Innistrad. It is an Innistrad set. I don't think Innistrad was in here yet, but an Alchemy Thunder Junction. Here's Duskmourn. I really like Duskmourn as a set as a whole. Just the horror theme is really cool and fun. What is this? Another Phyrexia one? Okay, yep. Phyrexia, all will be one. Let's see. What is this? March of the Machine Aftermath. Oh, that was an interesting set. A little bit unique. Explorer Anthology 2. I think this just gives you default basic lands, wastelands. Kind of cool. And Brothers War. Okay, Alchemy Brothers War. Okay, cool. So those are all of the free packs that are given, and I'm going to show you. If you go to this tab at the top, packs, this basically shows you all the packs that they've given away for free. All these, tons of packs. By the time you open all of these packs and get all the cards that they have in these out, you will no doubt have a pretty good collection of cards right away to start, as well as something called wild cards. But we're gonna kind of discuss that later, and I'll explain what wild cards are. But I'm not sure what this Codex of the Multiverse is, but I'll look at that later. We're gonna jump right into Sparky's Challenge. I think this is the first thing they want us to do. So it says, welcome to Sparky's Challenge, where you challenge me, Sparky. That's the actually a little picture you see on the screen here. A little glowing ball. This is a pre-constructed event where I've given you a choice of some of my favorite starter decks to play with against me as you become more familiar with your Planeswalker Spark. This event has no entry fee, so you can keep challenging me. Your greatest test yet. That is until you've won 3 games and I've decided you're ready to face even greater competition, Planeswalker. So you and I as players, we kind of represent a Planeswalker, so to speak. That's why Sparky's calling us a Planeswalker. And I'll get into depth of what that even means at a later point, but just think of yourself as this like wizard that's beyond. You're not in the game, you're like outside of the realm of the game, but you have the ability to control and battle in the game, if that kind of makes sense. But anyway, so we get a free card from beating Sparky one time. So let's go ahead and look at this. So I think these are the 3 decks we get to choose from. I'll probably play with one of each just for fun, but so it says choose your deck. I'm gonna choose this Crack the Case first. We'll go to Dynamite second. We'll do Snack Time third. We'll just do it right in order of that. So if you want to look at the cards in this, you can do this and hit the View Deck button. It'll show you a list of all the cards. It's not super important for us as beginners. I'm gonna include myself along with whoever's watching and following along with this. The exact cards aren't super important right away because I don't think we can edit these anyway. Later on, when we're able to edit our own decks, we will inspect each individual card and choose between what cards stay in the deck and which cards we decide to ditch for other cards. So let's go ahead and play this one. So the goal here is to basically beat the AI, the computer in the game, which is Sparky here that we're battling. Alright, so shouldn't be too big of a challenge no matter what kind of combination of cards they give us. this is generally randomized, so whatever cards you have at this point in the game should be randomized. Unlike the tutorial where the tutorial, I think it's all the same for everybody, but so right away, I have the choice between these basic lands, which come into play untapped, meaning I could use them right away for their mana source. This one comes into play tapped. I'm actually going to play that one first, because I have nothing that I can play immediately on turn 1. So, okay, so Sparky's playing blue, it looks like. Now, so turn 2, I can play this Seasoned Consultant or Perimeter Enforcer. It's kind of a tough choice, honestly, but I think I'm going to go with the Seasoned Consultant. I'm going to play a little defensively.
Sorry.
If I put Perimeter Enforcer, there's a chance that Sparky may attack into him. On the other hand, I don't know, maybe Sparky wouldn't. I don't know. Alright. It's kind of a tough choice. I think I want to do this. I really could have played anything in any combination of order, but basically decided to do that. I'm not going to attack here. Okay. So Water Knot makes it to where Seasoned Consultant is tapped and can no longer block. I'm going to block the Waterkin Shaman with the Novice Inspector. So that ended up being a trade. Kind of surprised my opponent chose to do that, but I think I like the idea of this. Play the magnifying glass, and then I'm going to use the mana from the magnifying glass and the one extra land that I have to draw a card using the clue token. So clue tokens, if you don't know, whenever they're created, they can be sacrificed to draw a card. So go ahead and attack in with Perimeter Enforcer. Oh, okay. So my opponent had the unsummoned card, which kind of sucks. Alright. See, I could play this. Okay. I kind of like the idea of this. I mean, it's between that or I play the Projector Inspector, but I think I'm going to do this. Play Hotshot Investigators. I'm going to return my own creature to my hand, which allows me to create a clue token. Clue tokens can be sacrificed, like I said, to draw cards. Another magnifying glass. Okay. What do we want to do here? I think I want to do this. Get to draw a card, then I have to discard a card. I'm going to discard that extra land, I believe. Well, yeah, I think so. Okay, I'm going to unfortunately have to pause this again, so hold on. Alright, the joys of having kids. Unfortunately, as a content creator, I gotta kind of deal with the interruptions or whatever. Kid was supposed to be sleeping, but is not sleeping. Let's see, what do I want to do next? I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast this Perimeter Enforcer. Does trigger this thing to happen. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Draw a card, discard a card. You know what? I kind of want to keep this thinking cap. So I'm gonna get rid of seasoned consultant. It's between that or the extra magnifying glass. Nah, you know what? I think I'm gonna get rid of the extra magnifying glass. Don't need it. So yeah, I can actually throw one of these into the battlefield for now, but I'm gonna go ahead and attack with hotshot investigators. You should know by now from previous videos if you've been watching, creatures that come into the battlefield, the turn they come into play, they cannot attack. So, okay. So, I'm gonna cast this other thinking cap, and I'm gonna attach both thinking caps to perimeter enforcer. So I do have enough mana to cast this season consultant. I'm gonna go ahead and cast her as well. This triggers those two guys. I do want to draw a card. Draw a card. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this extra planes. Don't think I need the extra land at the moment. I have enough mana to pretty much play everything. So I'm gonna move to combat. Attack with the perimeter enforcer. I could attack with hotshot investigators, but I think man, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna attack with everything. Oh, what triggers that even though? Okay, that was a weird choice. I think the best thing is to take out one of the sworn guardians. So I'm gonna take one of those guys out. Projector, inspector, whatever, he dies, unfortunately. It is what it is. I gain life from perimeter enforcer because it has lifelink. Interesting. How do I want to do this? Yeah, why not? Why not? Go ahead and throw this into the battlefield. And I'll throw that into the battlefield. So both of those trigger perimeter enforcer. And then I'm gonna attack in with, I think I could attack in with everything, yeah. Yeah, because seasoned consultant gets the extra boost. Okay, cool. So this is a pretty easy challenge so far. Sparky's not really putting up much of a fight. Well, game's over with because no matter how we attack here, I should have this game won. But go ahead and do this. Why not? Yep, just discard those two lands. Why not? I can also do this. Not that I need it, but sacrifice the clue. Draw me a card. Just throw that in. Go ahead and attack with everything. So the opponent cannot block everything, so get in for damage. Got the game won.
You got me.
This is a pretty easy game. Pretty easy game. so that challenge and that deck that I just played is like the detective deck, I guess you could say. Blue, white are the colors Azorius. You know, every color combination has a name. So blue and white together is called Azorius. Okay, now I'm gonna check time. So I got one win down. Let's see how we are on time. I want to keep us under an hour. Okay, so we're a little over 20 minutes in. So we'll go ahead and play a second game. Oh, I get to claim the prize here. It is an enchantment. that actually works good with dinosaurs. Okay, so I got to consider that for possible dinosaur deck that I might build. So go ahead and take claim of that. We'll go ahead and can I cancel? Can I cancel? Actually, I don't want to play with the same deck. I wanted to try different decks. So unfortunately, I will concede out of this one. That's my mistake jumping into that one. So for each one of these challenge games, I do want to try a different deck. So we did crack the case. Let's go ahead and try Dynamite. I should have time in this video to play a game of each one. So you can kind of watch and see how I, kind of navigate each turn in each play. And hopefully, whoever's watching is learning a thing or two here. I'll go ahead and keep this. I got all mountains in my hand, no forests at the moment. This is a red and green deck. Red and green are the colors Gruul. Okay, so I got all mountains, which is not too good, but at least I got something I can play here. My opponent's playing black, which kind of sucks. Why'd they do that? That was super weird. Okay, so I'm not gonna attack into this. I don't wanna get killed by that creature. What is the computer doing? The computer's actually casting spells on its own self at like a terrible time. Super weird. Okay. Let's just say this is gonna be an easy win here. Well, this card gets a boost because I have I have a dinosaur creature into play. Again, I have no idea why the computer would kill its own creature. It makes zero sense, but let's see what we got here. So I think I want to do this. I want to attack like this. My opponent really can't block because it would die trying to block either of these. I'm gonna go ahead and play this. The Panic Altasaur. It's a big bodied creature. 4 power, 5 toughness. Okay, now that's a little interesting. You got the Typhoid Rat. So what I want to do here is I want to play this card. When this card enters, I can pay an additional 2 mana, and target dinosaur would deal damage equal to its power to another creature. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna auto pay the 2. Either one of these really doesn't matter. I'm gonna deal damage to the Typhoid Rat, and now I'm gonna go ahead and back in with everything. Okay. I think that's game over. Okay. So finally the computer's targeting. So Sparky's not that smart. No, there's no really need to cast anything because I can attack with anything and I got the game won. Also, this Panicked Altasaur does have this ability to just tap it and you can deal 2 damage to your opponent. So I didn't even need to attack. I could just get the win that way. Well, pretty easy win. Pretty easy win. So that was a dinosaur deck. So as you can see, like you can pretty much make a, a fairly challenging deck out of just about anything. So, like the first gameplay was with detectives from this set that's kind of based, a little bit off of like the game Clue. So that one's Murders of Karlov Manor. That one features a lot of detective creatures, and I guess they're trying to solve crimes and murders and stuff like that, murder mystery, so to speak. And then I just played dinosaurs. But yeah, you know, you can play as like any sort of like creature archetype that you want. A lot of the classic ones are like elves, goblins, dwarves, vampires, zombies, dragons, angels, like you name it. There's a what they call a tribal deck out of pretty much any group of, you know, creature type or characters within the game. So yeah, that dinosaur deck that was a pretty easy win there. Okay, so I got another, you know, free card as a reward for winning a game. Huh. Okay. Interesting, dancers. So let's go ahead and switch to this last deck of the three called Snack Time, and let's go ahead and play. I think we get a mystery cosmetic reward for winning this one, so let's go ahead and do it. All right, so I want to say this too. So in the beginning, you get a choice between mulligan. You can mulligan your cards, or you can keep your initial 7 that you draw. I almost always will keep my initial 7 because I like to have the maximum amount of cards at my disposal. Generally, card advantage is, you know, a recipe for winning games. You want to have the most cards between of things that you can play and choose from between you and your opponent. Having fewer cards puts you at a disadvantage. So I typically like to keep the starting 7. The grounds for me for choosing a mulligan is it's sometimes a little tricky depending on the deck that you're playing. But generally, I like to see between 2 to 4 lands in my opening hand. So my opponent gets to go first, which means I'll be on the draw. So on my turn, I'll get to draw a card before I even play one right away. So that gives me a chance to potentially draw a 3rd land. But I got 2 lands, and I do have some stuff that I can play right away. And as long as I get a 3rd land, I'm pretty much rolling from there. Because I can play this card, but I can also play this, which will fetch me another land for my deck. So this is not a bad opening hand. So I'm going to keep it because I got 2 lands. If I only had 1 land, or potentially if I had maybe 5 or 6 lands, for sure I would mulligan. If I had too many lands or too few lands, you would want to mulligan if you plan on playing that game. So yeah.
It's a game.
Go ahead and keep
So
that.
remember to have fun.
I'm gonna throw in a swamp right away. I did draw a land right away, so you can see I'll have no problem with lands. The 2 worst things I guess you could say that could happen to you is you could potentially end up getting what they call mana screwed, which is like you don't get any lands to play anything. Or the opposite extreme, which is equally bad, is to get flooded with lands, where you have tons and tons of lands in your hand and nothing to play. So both are equally pretty bad things to have to deal with or encounter. But okay, I'm gonna play that. I don't know if this is necessarily the best play, but I'm going to go ahead and attack with Monstrosity. Now, my opponent can block, which he does. He blocks with both of these. This would kill me. I could kill both of them, but I'm gonna cast this Titanic Growth, put it on Monstrosity. That makes Monstrosity, you know, too big to kill now. Titanic Growth just gave it a temporary boost of +4/+4, which is pretty huge. Okay, so that kind of clears the way for me to be able to attack in now. I didn't get a land this turn, but I got this Return the Wild, so I'm going to cast this. Search my library for a basic land card, and I'm going to create a human creature token. Creating a food token would probably be good too, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab another forest card. I created this little human token here. Go ahead and attack in with monstrosity. So kind of get in for 3 damage. Oh, okay. My opponent's bringing out some big guns here. Okay, I did get a land this turn. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start by attacking. Tackle both of these. So he blocks the human. Now the human's too weak. He would just die to this Baloth pack hunter. But of course, I have a instant I can cast. I'm gonna cast it on him, which boosts his power big enough to kill my opponent. It also drew me a card, which was kind of nice. So then I'm going to cast this Sweet Tooth Witch. Okay, interesting. I'll play another forest. I'm going to use this Feed the Cauldron. So it's an instant that will destroy a creature. I'm going to destroy my opponent's Woodland Mystic. I'll destroy that. I got some food tokens here. Not the best looking food you can see. I'm going to cast another Monstrosity. Go ahead and get in an attack with Sweet Tooth Witch and Monstrosity. Alright, my opponent's kind of, seems like they kind of ran out of steam. Proficiency Merchant seems pretty good, but I think it's a win-win no matter what I play here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Yeah, it's a win-win. This is enough damage to wipe my opponent out here. So another easy win. Sparky is not putting up like a challenge at all. I was expecting better than that. pretty easy game so far. Let's see what's next.
Nice work.
All right.
I think you're ready to face other planeswalkers in a new event. Starter Deck Duel.
Okay.
Here, you'll choose from one of 10 two-color starter decks to battle other planeswalkers.
Okay.
And here's the best part. If you win with a deck, you'll add it to your collection.
Nice.
You can join as many times as you'd like. Can you unlock all 10?
Okay. That's interesting. So, win 3 starter deck duel games. Okay. So win 3 starter deck duel games, I will get a new card sleeve. It looks like. So let's first look at something that I think we got. So card sleeves, yeah. So we unlocked this card sleeve as a style that we can select. So I'm gonna select this style. So we're no longer playing with the default card sleeves. We're now playing with these. This is basically the back to the card. So go ahead and set that. Next thing I want to talk about is
more quests. You'll get another one every day.
So there's quests.
There's extra rewards for daily and weekly wins too.
Okay.
Golly, there's just so much to look forward to.
Alright, so we've unlocked a lot of stuff at this point in the game. But yeah, so these here at the bottom are daily quests that you can do to get gold. I want to at least complete one of these daily quests. The next thing is, so we got daily wins. So for getting wins, you will obtain some extra gold or experience points, as well as weekly wins can get you experience points as well. This right here is its own challenge of something that you can complete for extra rewards and stuff like that. There's a battle pass, which they call it mastery pass. So I'm gonna go to mastery here, take a look. So if we unlock this mastery pass, we can obtain more rewards here. I want to attempt at least one time to show you how you can unlock the mastery pass without paying any money. Because if you notice right now, our currency, we got 450 gold and we got 0 gems. And to unlock the mastery pass costs 3,400 gems. We're a long way from 3,400, so we need to be able to do something to get the gems. Now, you can in the store, in its item shop. I don't want this account to necessarily be no money spent, but I do want to show you how you can play no money spent yourself, and you don't have to spend any money on the game in order to achieve anything that you really want or need. So for the most part, I will be attempting to do mostly no money spent things and showing you how you can obtain the stuff that you want or need in the game. So I'm gonna scroll down this down here. This is just showing you all sorts of things in the shop that you can buy, including the mastery pass. I don't know if it's at the end of here. Yeah, kind of. So if I click. So it shows you that you could buy gems for actual money. If you click on the gem icon at the top, it shows you to where you can buy different amounts of gems. I don't suggest or condone people spending lots and lots of money on their game or their hobby, whatever it is you're playing. You know, if you just have it like that, or you want to occasionally spend a little bit here or there in probably a safe or healthy amount to spend on your hobbies, go right ahead. There's no problem with, you know, spending money on your hobbies and things that you enjoy doing. But this game in particular, Arena, can be played free without spending a single penny on the game. I've done it before on a previous account where I played no money spent for, I don't know, at least 2+ years without spending any money on the game, and I was successfully able to do tons and tons of stuff in the game. Including buying like the mastery pass and all that kind of stuff. So for 20 bucks, I could just spend money and I'd have enough gems in order to buy the mastery pass. So if I go back to mastery pass, you can see that's exactly how much the mastery pass costs in gems. 3,400, which ends up being 20 bucks. But I'm gonna show you how you can earn gems for free in the game. So daily challenges will just win you gold. You want to earn as much gold as you can, stack up your gold, and then play in specific events that will earn you gems for winning. You have to be pretty decent at the game to win, but as long as you win games, you will earn gems, and slowly you will earn up enough gems in order to buy your mastery pass. So we'll kind of, as time goes on, we'll get into that. So I do want to try to complete at least one of these daily challenges before I end today's video, and then also tell you about like the pretty much the next things that we're gonna play. So there's a mode called Jump In. We won't do that today or this episode or whatever, but Jump In is a really good one for beginner players to collect up a bunch of cards and add them to their collection. There's the starter deck duels, which is what Sparky is telling us that we should do next. Starter deck duels. I just want to look at this for a second. There's 10 different decks that you can play with, including 3 of the ones that we just played with ourselves. We played Crack the Case, we played Dynamite, and Snack Time. But there's 7 other ones that we can play with, and every time you get a win with one of these starter decks, you get to add all the cards from that deck to your collection. So it's a really huge way to, you know, add more to your collection. But that's not the next thing that we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you. Let me go back to my decks here. Okay. I don't think I looked at this yet, but in our My Decks tab, these are the decks that we currently have selected. I kind of wonder if I can edit one of these now and use it in the color challenge. I don't know for sure, but so these are 5 decks that we have, and then there's cards with those. Even if I can edit them, I'm not going to do it this episode. I'm just going to do one more thing this episode. I'm going to go into the color challenge. So This.
Beating color challenges is a great way to learn about the game and earn some rewards. But which path to choose? The decision is yours.
Okay. So the color challenge is going to teach us how to master each individual color. Each color has its own strengths and weaknesses, and so color challenge is going to kind of showcase some of those things. And it's important to learn the different colors in order to sort of like build up your knowledge base for the game. So I'm actually going to start with the red for this account.
I don't know what I'm doing here, but it's gonna be fun.
So we're going to play with this deck. You know, these are the cards in this red deck. I probably plan on changing these out at some point, but for now we're just gonna go ahead and play as is.
I'm Chandra.
So I plan on playing just one more game for now. These are against more of the CPU, and then probably next episode we'll look at playing like real live opponents and stuff. I don't know how my opponent had like a land already on the battlefield. All right, so I guess he went first. All right, so we got out this 10th Street Cadet. Okay, now I'm gonna play the other 10th Street Cadet. I don't want to attack into him right now. He's just gonna kill me here, but with the no attack button. Okay, my opponent's attacking me. I'm gonna block here. So I think what I want to do is I have a choice between playing this Raid Bombardment or playing the Goblin Gathering card. You'll see why Raid Bombardment is a very good card to play, but I'm not gonna play it right away. I'm gonna go ahead and play this Goblin Gathering. So my opponent's putting up quite a defense here. Play another 10th Street Cadet. Play another Goblin Gathering. So Goblin Gathering puts up some of the little goblins on the battlefield. Huh, interesting. My opponent's just going to attack with everything he's got. I'm not going to worry about blocking. Throw out this mountain. Now I'm going to put out this Raid Bombardment. Now you're going to see what happens. Every time I attack with one of these guys, it's going to trigger Raid Bombardment. So Raid Bombardment deals a bunch of damage. He oddly blocks the 10th Street Cadet. If I were the computer, I would have blocked one of the token goblins. Because when 10th Street Cadet is blocked, it just creates another goblin. I'm not going to worry about blocking because my opponent really can't do enough damage to really do anything to me. I got another Goblin Gathering. I'm going to go ahead and cast that out. Got a ton of goblins on the battlefield. Go ahead and attack with everything. I think that's enough damage to just kill my opponent. Pretty easy win. Pretty easy win. As you can see, it turned from my opponent doing little damage to me, having kind of like a line of defense, to I'm just winning the game with 2 attacks. So that one's a pretty easy one. I've done that one before on other accounts. This color challenge is not a new challenge set, so I've done this before. Alright, so let's go back to our little homepage. Oh man, I did not get credit for these challenges. I think these have to be done against a live opponent. Interesting. So that was useless, but we did make a little progress towards this. So once we complete this, the end of this, I think we might get something as like a reward for completing it, or maybe completing all of the color challenge. Don't really know, but either way, we'll go to the starter deck duel. We'll do one of these. These ought to be against live opponents. So I'm just gonna again kind of go in order, because it really doesn't matter for me which one I play. I may not win my very first game. We shall see. I'm gonna go ahead and choose Ancient Discovery, and like I said, I'm just gonna go down the line, playing with each one of them. It doesn't for me personally, it doesn't matter. I've used all those cards and decks before, so for me it doesn't matter which one I personally start with. Playing somebody named Guffy. So we'll see. Hopefully Guffy's pretty new at this game. I get to go first, which is pretty sweet. Okay. I'm gonna play a Plains. I'm gonna play Connecting the Dots. Wish I had something in play already with this Connecting the Dots, but it is what it is. Okay. Go ahead and play this. And what do we want? I think we want this. If I returned something to my hand, interesting question is, should I play this or should I play this? I think I'm gonna go ahead and play this next. No. Let's attack. Let's attack first. So my opponent goes ahead and takes the damage. I'm gonna play this Brazen Blade Master next. Okay. Ooh, okay. My opponent probably will attack in. I'm not going to block anything. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Play Tinker's Tote. So I'm dealing some damage here to my opponent. Let's see what my opponent wants to do. Okay. My opponent wipes out one of my creatures, which does kind of suck. Interesting. I think I want to block this here with one of these guys. I think that's the smart one. I think this is a tough choice. It's a really tough choice. I think I want to attack with both of these. See how this plays out. Beautiful. This is what I was hoping for. So I killed both of his things. Now, he still has a pretty good card in play, but I kind of cleared the battlefield a little bit, and I think that's ideal. I think that's ideal. My opponent will be able to get in for some damage against me here since I have no blockers up, but I'm willing to live with that. Ooh, okay. Okay. Okay, so we got some stiff competition, so to speak here. I think what I want to do first. I think I want to do this. It's not what I wanted, but we will do this. We'll do this next. Ooh, this really sucks. This really sucks, but I think this is the route to go. I think this is the route to go. Oh, man. Yeah, I think this is the route to go. This is a tough battle. My opponent's putting up a good fight. I'm also getting shorted on lands, unfortunately, at the moment, so that kind of sucks. So I'm gonna do a couple chump blocks. Ooh, this sucks bad. It sucks really bad. Man, this sucks so bad. I think I've lost this one. I think I've lost this one. Yeah, I've lost this one. I'm gonna go ahead and play this Bonehorde Dracosaur, but this game is basically lost. So. Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with conceding once you've known you've lost. You know, it's kind of like your opponent gets you in checkmate, and if your opponent has you in checkmate, there's nothing else you can do. You've lost the game. So in this scenario, I did put out Bonehorde Dracosaur. I was hoping that I'd get another land, because then I could maybe kind of do two things. I could play Petrify on one of his things, and then put out the Curator of the Sun's Creation. So that I can get two things, basically two cards from my hand onto the battlefield. I could have done this connecting the dots just to see what I would have gotten out of this. It would have caused me to discard my hand. Normally that's not really good unless, well, I guess I would have had 5 cards to choose from, but normally that's not good unless you have a lot more cards in this connecting the dots than you do in your hand. Or if you're completely out of cards in your hand, then it's pretty good because you just fill your hand with stuff. But in this instance, yeah, I didn't think that was gonna do me much good because it would have cost me 2 mana to do that. And then even if I got a land out of it and I put a land into play, I had 4 lands to choose from, and I may not have like enough stuff to block stuff to save me another turn. I guess it was worth a try. I guess playing connecting the dots would have been worth a try, but I just decided to concede defeat in that one, so it is what it is. But GG's to my opponent. Played a good game. Had this card sleeve as his card sleeves, but so shout out to Guffy. GG. All right, let's get on out of here. So I got some rewards. Those rewards were probably from completing the daily challenges. Yep, so completed 2 of those daily challenges. So anyway, I'm gonna end the video there. I do want to see, can I? Okay, so they've locked out all other types of play for now, until I do these kind of starter events, which is starter deck duel, color challenge, and jump in. We're gonna do a little bit of all of those in the next episode. But so regular matches, regular gameplays are locked out, and as long as those are locked out, there's no point in like doing any kind of edits to the decks or anything. Yeah, so that's kind of it. Up here I got 1 jump in token, so I'll show you how that works later on, but that'll be it for the episode. So this was a good one. See where we're at on time. So a little over an hour, but I think it was well worth it to showcase all the stuff we did in this episode. So I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Bones. Peace out.